fresh meat.
The first Diablo is a classic game, the hallmark of action RPGs. But I am here to tell you the truth, and the truth is that this game sucks. Always have, always will. It sucks. Shit! Fuck! The basic concept of Diablo is very simple. You choose your class, then roll into Tristram, chat with the locals about their alleged demon problem, and soon thereafter you arrive at the church and start killing enemies.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
At first it seems fine. You kill monsters, get experience, maybe a level up or two. This game maybe isn't so bad after all. But then you have the realization. The gameplay is a sadistic orgy in repetition and left clicking. All you do is click the left mouse button over and over again to kill the same monsters over and over again until your finger starts fucking bleeding. It gets old very fast, and it doesn't help that the monsters are generic and uninteresting. Zombies, skeletons, hounds, and hordes of generic demons. As you go deeper into the church, the monsters might change color and name, but let's be real, that is still a zombie, even if it's called Charred Corpse, Mindless Walker, or Joe Biden. End of quote, repeat the line. Okay, so maybe the gameplay is generic, but that's alright, because Diablo is all about getting loot and that shiny new helmet, right? No, the looting sucks too. Fuck!
I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
While it is true that a large part of Diablo is all about getting loot, the actual process of looting is all pain and suffering. Monsters drop loot quite frequently, but some sadist programmer decided looting should be as convoluted and irritating as possible. Why are they hiding the loot? Seriously, can you spot the axe on this screen? Here, let me help you. There! Can you see it? Would it have killed them to make the loot visible? Tell me this isn't pure sadism. Even garbage games like Alone in the Dark let you clearly see lootable items. And that game was a big pile of stinking shit. The problem with looting does not stop there, because your inventory is smaller than your dick during winter. Nothing stacks, and I mean nothing, and you will spend hours just playing some kind of fucked up Tetris in your inventory. Sure, you could ignore the items you don't need, but that means going broke and unable to repair your shit. Returning to town is your only option. You know what? They fucked up Tristram too. Shit! What you want to do is quickly sell your stuff, repair your shit, and then go back to playing the game. But even that is being denied to you by the sadistic programmers. The blacksmith only buys your equipment to sell books, staffs, scrolls, and other crap. You need to see the witch, who is, of course, sadistically placed all the way out on the outskirts of town. Now, you might ask, why don't you just run there? You can't run! Yes, that's right! The monster slaying hero is less athletic than your average preschooler. So, every time you want to sell your shit, you have to Walk.
Me, won't you?
I can't believe how something basic as running was not programmed. If basic NES games like Super Mario Bros. Could pull it off, what's the excuse here? It is not only a time waster in town, the running problem permeates the entire game. More often than not, you find yourself in a dead end and you have to backtrack through empty corridors. Sometimes you need to retreat, but your character is too slow. And sometimes you just forgot the town portal and have to backtrack the entire dungeon. It is 100% pain and suffering and 0% enjoyment. And don't get me started on the archers. Get the fuck back here! I said, get the fuck back here! Alright, that's about halfway through. Let's cover some more gameplay. There has to be something, right? But first, I'm going to walk and get me some more tea.
I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Let's discuss classes. You have a choice of 3 different classes, but in reality, there is no choice. The warrior is just constant left-clicking with swords, the rogue is constant left-clicking with bow, and the sorcerer is basically a glorified rogue who breaks your right mouse button instead of the left mouse button. And of course, drinking hundreds of mana potions. There is no real character building either. Leveling up is only dumping points into your attributes, not learning new skills or changing the way you play the game. The only thing that changed in this game is your left mouse button and maybe your sanity. There is also a complete lack of any kind of depth or strategy. The only real strategy I found is placing yourself in a doorway and start swinging, which is a painful memory of this. What the fuck? Who thought placing one of the strongest monsters in the game at level 2 was a good idea? The butcher might be a sadist, but the real sadist is the fucker who programmed him. Your gear is still shitty at this point, and the few levels you gained won't help you much. But this problem doesn't end or start with the butcher. Sometimes the game decides that the monster should be borderline unkillable, seemingly for no other reason than making your life miserable. There are only 2 options here. Either there was no fucking playtesting, or this is sadism in its purest form, just like the rest of the game. And speaking of sadism, let's talk about the stash. Did I say stash? I meant all over the ground in town. Because there is no stash in Diablo. This is how you store items in this game. Nothing, and I mean nothing, stacks in this game. Potions, scrolls, even gold. Yes, even gold has to be stored at the ground. It is failed programming at biblical proportions. Why? Just why cannot gold be a number? Why do I need to cover half of the town with piles of golds? There is no excuse. There is no fucking excuse for such atrocious programming. You know what? Let's change gear and beat this piece of shit. I'm sorry, I can't take it anymore. Who designed these enemies? Why can't I run? It takes forever to just kill one of them and they filled the whole fucking level. I'm sorry, this game sucks so much, I can't cover it in one video. There has to be another. Until then, I don't need this helmet anymore.